Wow, you already know what it is. Big Dog Chico live in effect right here. Bleacher Report app, YouTube, and also this is the post-game reaction for the Colorado Buffaloes loss to the West Virginia Mountaineers in West Virginia just now. Tough ball game. As I'm not gonna lie, I've been talking on this the last 5 minutes. I thought I was live. I didn't hit the live button, but we're live now, and we appreciate everybody checking in. If y'all didn't watch the game, it was a good game. Colorado lost by one possession, one score, 29-22 to the West Virginia Mountaineers in Morgantown. 369 total yards for West Virginia, 202 passing, 167 rushing yards, 299 passing yards for Colorado, 350 total, 51 rushing yards on the night for the Buffs. I don't think that's going to be enough. That would have been enough to get the job done as they leaned on Juju, I think, a little bit too much. I was pretty impressed, though, by the defense of Colorado with the way they played on the night for the most part. Couldn't hold them in the main times where we needed to in goal line situations and things like that. They were 7 of 17 on third down conversions, 3 or 4 on fourth down conversions. Those really helped. But they had 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions thrown, and 1 fumble lost. We couldn't capitalize on that. Great penalty game from them. Only 3 penalties for the West Virginia for 36 yards, 6 penalties for 60 yards for Colorado, but they were timely penalties once again. Excuse me. Let me know where y'all checking in from. What's your thoughts on the game? Future looking bright for Colorado, or is there still problems on the horizon for Coach Prime and the Buffs? Whatever y'all thinking, I'm going to say this. You can't be too upset at Julian Juice Lewis. I gave him a new nickname. I call him Juice. Can't be too upset with Julian Juju Lewis and the Colorado Buffaloes. They show some effort. You played a lot better on defense, run gap, filling, and tackling for the most part. At the end, it came a little bit loose. You gave up a few gap runs to the quarterback. You can't stop anybody inside the 5-yard line. That's an issue. That's a problem. I called that out this game and games before. I'm a little bit concerned about our personnel substitutions and situational football. I'm a little bit concerned about that. But even with the play calling tonight, I felt a lot better from Coach Brett. I would like for it to be a lot more balanced. But if you look at the initial runs in the ball game, we were getting stopped and hit behind the line of scrimmage and at the line of scrimmage to make Coach Brett probably want to go away from the run. He started the game with 3 straight passes with Juju Lewis. I would like to hear his thoughts behind that on why he did that rather than starting out with the run game, which is what you would expect, if you're trying to protect the freshman quarterback. But I can see his philosophy if he's saying that, hey, we wanted to get him passing early, to get him involved in the game early. Hey, we wanted to do something that we felt like West Virginia wasn't expecting, and that is pass the ball on the first 3 downs rather than run, because we know they came out to play the run. Well, overall, they did a great job against the run, holding us to 51 yards total on the night. As far as running the football, that won't be enough for the Buffs to protect Julian Lewis and to get a win, especially on the road against a team like West Virginia, who will run the football, which is what they did, 167 rushing yards against us. But no moral victories, but you will tell your team, if you're the coach, hey, man, listen, first of all, hard-fought game. We should have won. There are some things we left out there on the field. We had some timely penalties when we didn't need it. What can we do to get better? Go back to the drawing board, have a better week of practice coming up. That's what I would think you could say. That's the only thing you can say at this point. There's no one to really blame it on. All we can say is we didn't make plays when we needed to make plays. We didn't make stops when we needed to make stops. We didn't take advantage of the turnovers that they gave us or that we forced. You feel me? That's just what it is. We gave up a blocked punt on special teams once again. We got to be way more special on special teams than what we've been in the last few weeks. But Juju Lewis, at the end of the day, played a great ball game for a true freshman in his first start on the road against a good team. Now, some people might say, West Virginia not a good team, man. That's a good ball club for the most part. That's a good team. Their record don't say it at 4-6 now. That's a good team. They're better than what a lot of people would give them credit for. Once again, 22 of 35 for Julian Lewis, 299 yards, 2 touchdowns. Omarion Miller, big night, and probably could have been even bigger. 6 catches, 131 yards, 21.8 yard average on the night. And Julian Lewis was able to find his big play receiver going deep down the field once again, like he did beforehand in the previous game. Also, Joseph Williams had a good game, 3 catches, 64 yards. I also had one call back that would have been a huge play down the middle of the field, and that's what you have to be impressed with from Julian Lewis, the way that he goes down the field and attacks and not afraid to give his guys a chance, 20 plus yards down the football field. So another impressive showing. I wouldn't say another, but an impressive showing from Julian Lewis that you have to be happy with. Let me know what y'all thinking in the chat, your thoughts on this, his outlook for the rest of the season, your thoughts and outlooks for Colorado football moving forward with Julian Lewis at the quarterback position. A lot of young guys on defense made some plays too. Shout out to Brandon Davis Swain out there. Jeremiah Brown looked amazing, the senior linebacker, although he got beat on that wheel route. I think that has been an Achilles heel for this defense for the last few years. We've been caught with that, whether it was Levante Bentley getting caught, whether it was Matavius French getting caught, or Jeremiah Brown getting caught. So it seemed like somebody's getting caught at that linebacker position trying to cover the running backs one-on-one out of the backfield. And I think that has to be addressed and gone over also. When the guy goes in motion from the backfield, you don't go underneath your DBs. You go over the top of them and play the deep route, keep everything in front of you to where you can make the tackle instead of giving up a big play and now you're chasing. You feel me? Too many sacks on Juju. I think we gave up 7 sacks on the night. That goes back. Let's address the offensive line. I said in my pregame that if we can keep Juju upright, protect him, that goes for the offensive line and the play calling, we could have a chance. Well, tonight Juju was sacked 7 times. He was pressured several times. He was forced to throw the ball out of bounds after being flushed out of the pocket. And that goes to this makeshift offensive line. We saw Xavier Hill start the game at the left guard position, play right guard in this game, and end up at the right tackle position in this ball game. So injuries on the offensive line, Jordan Seaton being out, Larry Johnson out, big Roy Jr. being pulled out after 2 back-to-back penalties. Yaya Atiyah is hurt, coming in the ball game, playing left guard with the big club on his hand. That's tough for any offensive lineman. Zaria McGill at the center position was pretty steady, but he also gave up some pressures on the inside. A lot of pressure from the tight end position, trying to stay in and max protect. That didn't pan out well. Once time on a pass block and in run situations where you try to run power behind the offensive line and the tight end, where we just gave up penetration in the backfield and got hit in the backfield. So that's my quick breakdown. I'll have another recap on Monday and Tuesday for you guys. Also, I'm about to switch over right now to the Bleacher Report app and give you guys another quick post-game reaction. Thank you guys for joining in. Hit the like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff. Let me know what you're thinking. Also, catch Unc and Chico tomorrow night, where we will give you some in-depth coverage of this ball game as far as what went on, with some exclusive footage from Uncle Neely and the pregame network. And we're going to talk to you guys about it and everything else on Unc and Chico this Sunday night. That's tomorrow. Hit the like, subscribe, comment. Make sure y'all follow I Can, I Will Beverages and follow me on all social media. Join the channel to become an official member and get some reactions, quick early uploads, custom emojis, loyalty badges, response from myself in the chat and on social media and everything else. I will follow back too. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment before we get up out of here. And I'm going to be up out of here. Peace in the Middle East. Throw your shockers in the sky high and put your rebel down flag. No, don't put your rebel flags up. Not today. Not today. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Have a great damn day. Peace in the Middle East. Yeah.